In this sleep hypnosis, you are going to be taken to a very special, magical place. A place where you might discover something about not needing to know how to do anything. I know that a lot of times we can't sleep because we are overthinking and trying to figure out everything, and we need to know how to do it. Otherwise, the mind just goes crazy. And today, on your adventure, you will find out there is no need for this. And with that, your mind will go completely quiet, like magic. And so for that, I am going to take you to this magical place. I want you to simply find a very comfortable position and make sure that nobody disturbs you in this adventure. And when you are ready, simply close your eyes or let them just hanging there until they will close by themselves. And as you are lying down comfortably, notice that you are not in your bed, that you are not where you are, because right now you are walking alongside a river. So in your mind's eye, see yourself taking a beautiful stroll alongside this beautiful path right next to a river on a beautiful evening. And you have bare feet, and they are touching this moss and evening grass. And this place is truly magical. This river is almost fluorescent. It's got the most beautiful turquoise color, and the air smells like jasmine and fern and maybe pine trees. And you feel very safe, very relaxed, noticing that this is your time to walk nowhere in particular. However, you do notice that something interesting is happening on the other side of the river, and that is that you're noticing that everyone on the other side is already sleeping. All the animals, all the trees, all the flowers, all the people, all the rocks, even all the iPhones, and everything is already asleep on the other side. It's nice and quiet there. And perhaps you wonder, how could you cross this river? But you don't know how. And it doesn't matter. I want you to keep walking alongside the river. And perhaps you wonder, you look at this river and it's flowing so effortlessly, so perfectly. And you wonder, how does the river know how to flow like this? And you're taking step by step, feeling more relaxed and more at ease as you are noticing all this beautiful, magical place. And then you see a rock right in front of you, right on your path. And so you take this rock and you turn it around, and there is a message written for you. It might be one word, just one word. So look at the rock, read this message, and then simply place it back where it was and keep walking alongside the river with your feet touching the wet evening mossy grass and little tiny rocks. And in a little distance, right in between trees, you catch a glimpse of a deer. And you look at each other for a little while. You notice that it can see you, and her ear or his ears just moving in that interesting way of trying to catch any sounds that might be coming out from the way you place your feet on the ground. And in your mind, you simply wonder, how does the deer know how to do this? How to turn their ears that way? And without noticing, you continue walking, and you're noticing also that the path now ends at the beginning of the water, and the river keeps on flowing gently and effortlessly, and the sounds are gently caressing your ears and your heart, even everything. And so you step a little bit into this river, just with your toes perhaps, just a tiny bit. And you feel the cool water, which is not as cold as you expected, but it feels so beautiful to dip your toes in this river. And you're also noticing that all these luminescent and fluorescent little things in this water are these little fish. They are so tiny you wouldn't be able to notice they are fish until you're very close. And you wonder, how do they do this? How do they lit up like this? And with that, you place your foot even further, and then the other one, and the other one, and you go a little bit deeper into the water. And all these fish, all these fluorescent fish in the water, start kissing your feet. And what you didn't know about these fish is that they are not ordinary fish. They are the relaxed fish. And when these fish kiss anything, it immediately relaxes completely, as if all the effort, all the tension from the whole lifetime has been just taken away. And so, going a little bit deeper and stepping one foot and the other foot, you're noticing that the river is made of sand at the bottom, and it all feels so beautiful and so relaxing, and all this wave of relaxation from your feet, kissed by hundreds of little fish that came here to just adore your feet. all these waves of relaxation somehow are pulled up into your legs, and they are pulled up all the way up into your belly. Your whole body just starts to tingle and relax even more as you take another step, and then right after that another. All this relaxation from the kissing fish, from the relaxed fish, just spreads up in your back and in your chest, and your chest and your back becomes so relaxed and so light and so effortless. And all this relaxing feeling, this liquid relaxing feeling now spreads all the way into your shoulders. And then from the shoulders it goes all the way into your arms, like this fluid, fluorescent energy caressing and relaxing your arms and your shoulders all the way to your forearms, all the way to your hands, releasing any tension from your hands of a lifetime. Goes all the way into your fingertips and releasing all the tension from your fingertips that you've ever had stored in there. And continues up your neck, relaxing all the little muscles in your neck and in your spine. Goes all the way into your head. You feel a little lightheaded, so relaxed, as if your brain was completely liquidized. Just no need to think anymore. All the way into your hair. Even your hair is relaxed. And all of this just happened from the power of the relaxed fish, from the magic fluorescent water that is now part of your body and part of your experience as well. And you are feeling very blissed out from all of this. Just so much love that's been going through your feet all the way up. And you're noticing that somehow you are now standing right in the middle of the river. You are right in the middle of the river. And just when you notice that, you hear a little buzz, a little buzzing sound just around you, but not an usual one. It doesn't sound like a bee, it doesn't sound like a drone, it sounds very magical. And then this creature comes closer and you recognize a little fairy. A little fairy simply comes all the way close to your ear, close enough so you can just hear its little tiny voice, and it says, "You don't need to know how to do anything when you are doing it." And then just darts off and just disappears in a distance. And you are noticing how everything is done by magic, and you really don't need to know how to do anything when you are already doing it. And somehow it simply happens. Somehow you are in the middle of the river. Somehow the water knows how it flows. Somehow you know how to listen. Somehow you know how to do anything as you are doing it. And not even that. It simply happens, and nothing else is required from you. And with this, a new wave of relaxation comes over you, leaving all the overthinking behind you, as if it was just flushed out into the river and it just keeps going with the river, trying to figure out some things and plan, noticing that you will know what to do while you're doing it and not a second before. With that, you can simply be exactly where you are, taking another step forward in this beautiful river, making all these relaxed fish happy with every step. And slowly, one step by another, before you know it, you are on the other side of the river. And as soon as you set your foot on the bank of the river, the very first moment, you feel that the ground over there is even more soft, even more relaxed than you could have ever imagined in your dreams. It's almost like magic. It almost feels like it's not even real. It almost feels it's made of just magic. And with your full trust, you decide to simply lie down on that bank of the river and see all the animals around you that are already sleeping as well. Everything is asleep, and that feels very comforting to you, because you know there is nothing else in here that needs to be done. There is nothing else in here that you need to think about, because you know that you don't need to know how to do anything. Not a moment before, or not an evening before. All there is just magic unfolding with you, in front of you, around you, below you, inside of you, everywhere. And you're noticing that your sole of your foot is still in the water. And so the little relaxed fish still have a little access to your foot. And they are not wasting their time. They are nibbling and kissing your foot, and all that extra relaxing, loving attention goes straight into your soul, deeply inside of your entire being. And all there is now is just the sound of the river flowing so effortlessly, just to remind you how everything really is when you don't need to know how to do things. You simply are being done by this magic within you that is in control of everything, if there ever was such a thing as control. Relaxed, patient, accepting, feeling very trusting, almost a little joyous inside, that really you don't need to know anything unless you're doing it. And once you're doing it, then that's just the way it is. It's just happening. You don't need to know how to fall asleep. You don't need to know how to wake up from being asleep until it actually happens. Indulging in the beautiful sounds, enjoying this way of being, noticing what it feels like to simply be with magic that makes everything happen the way it happens, not exactly according to how you think it should be, simply happens in the way it does. And now, perhaps for the first time in your life, giving yourself permission to trust it, to trust that somehow, nobody really knows how, somehow this is happening perfectly, and it's all happening for you. And it's all happening for you. And it's all happening with you.